In our school, can you tell me how many computer labs or computer systems does our campus manage?
Well, as far as actual computer labs that are used for general classrooms is our library, which has 32 in the college lab and 26 in the main library. Other than that, we have our two top labs, and we have our CTE classrooms that have several full classroom labs.
I think one of our weaknesses when it comes to it is that we kind of need more manpower from our district. We are steadily growing as a district, and because of that, I feel like some of the work orders get backed up just because there's such a high demand.
Okay. And what about strengths?
Well, because of our weakness, we do a lot of our repairs in-house, so we don't reach out to outside vendors on the product.
We have so many computer labs on campus. As far as the building is concerned, we're kind of running out of room as far as being able to create another lab. So I think we have met our max as far as that's concerned. But the biggest thing now is trying to make sure we have enough computers in the classrooms for teachers and to upgrade. That's huge every year. Just every year you have to update everything because. Okay, strength. I'd say I think that overall with our labs, especially for district testing or state testing, I think that we're pretty good there as far as being able to accommodate the number of students that we need to. We always need, our teachers need to be able to have the technology in their classroom for videoing. I think that's one of our major needs. To just be able to walk in the classroom and just be able to turn on an overhead, a projector.
Right. One of the weaknesses for the campus, technology-wise.
We just have an old campus, and we have what I call dead spots. For example, when I'm doing walkthroughs and trying to evaluate a teacher, sometimes we'll drop as far as losing that data.
Where do we get our money for, as far as when it comes to technology? Where does the funding come from?
At this particular time now, we get we have our state and federal money that we get that we can use accordingly, and then I get a certain amount of local money. And
okay, is the state money like the Title I money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then after that, as far as any type of grants or anything like that, we don't have anything going on at this particular time.
But I noticed we have a grant department, which I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
I think more teachers would write grants if they knew about this program downtown, because they help you find them, work with them, write them, and I wasn't even aware of this.
Well, we do have that capability, but as far as getting a lot of money for technology, I don't know. Normally, they look at those grants downtown now, since we have grant writers, more of a huge campus need type, not just for Waco High, but for the district campus need.
But when teachers put in grants, it could be something towards that. Okay. Okay.
I'm not given a budget. If I need something, I do create an F-16, and then it's given to our budget specialist, and then she gives it to Mr. Love for approval. Sometimes we have grants, or we have Title I money that comes in that a large sum of money that needs to be spent, and he will call me in, say, hey, what do we need technology-wise that we can spend this on? Well, a lot of times they'll email me, but I do everything through work orders. Downtown Technology has added me to their work order system, so I can go in and view any Waco High work orders. It first gets assigned to our downtown tech that's over our campus.
Well, first of all, I meet on a regular basis with my business manager and my technology person. We meet twice monthly.
Okay.
And we do an assessment toward the end of the year as far as what we need overall campus-wise for the following year. And then when I have my budget meeting downtown, there's another meeting that we have as far as the amount of money that you're going to get, be it local or state and federal. And then we will allocate the amount of money that we think we need for the upcoming school year.
Yes, so anybody who has trouble with any technology issues, they have to put in a work order. It goes through our help desk. They have to include what it is, what equipment they're having trouble with, what exactly is going on with it. That work order is assigned to me through our help desk, and I will go and complete the work order.
So what, in your opinion, what do you think?
I think every year, every to start the year out, our teachers need to be updated in anything new because we have so many different systems that change every year. And that's part of the professional development that we have every year anyway.
But do we have corporations that do grants?
Not that I know of, not as far as that type of technology type grant.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge, I'm not aware of any.
In your opinion, like, what would you think the campus's main need is technology-wise? That could be software, hardware.
Well, there's never enough computers, but, cows are one option, but then you have to have a place to store the cows, and then also the functionality of the cows being able to, after several years of use, not holding charges and that sort of thing.
Is there anything you feel that there's something that the school, in your opinion, that is a need for the school in technology, and for the schools in general?
Just hearing from a lot of the teachers, I think that we could use more technology in the classrooms. Of course, we have some classrooms that are set up with computers or the cows, but not every teacher has access to a lot of the technology that other teachers do, not just computers, but just technology in general, as far as electronics go. And I feel like it's turning into such a digital world now that would really help a lot of the teachers.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And that will be it.
Thank you.
So you're talking about more like you'd rather have the computer labs?
We need computer labs, but our campus doesn't have any more room.
That's the only way they're wanting blended learning, that's the only way we're gonna be able to do it, is to get more computers, get more technology in the classrooms, or they're not gonna be able to do the blended
And if
learning.
you put only a station worth of technology, like 4 computers in each classroom, teachers tend not to use them.
Yeah, and they tend to not, they want us to go to Google Classrooms, and they tend not to wanna do that because you can't do it, you can't can't send assignments or lessons on there either.
Yeah, they don't find a use for just 4 computers in the classroom and station. There's a few that do,
I
but
think every class should have.
I think everyone should have at least 4 computers, but there's some that tell, please come get them.
Yeah. What about, I just kind of went blank on it. E-rate money, is that what you consider? I know we get part of that. When I looked at the technology plan for, that Dr. Kane had through 14-17, and some of our budget comes from that. Does any of that go towards technology? I know a little piece of it, but it was more like for, and I don't know, yes I do have it in front of me. It was more for, professional development, I think.
That was something that the principals throughout the district, we all met one-on-one with the superintendent. And basically, you let them know what you need, what your campus needs. And then they'll go back, and they'll look at the whole picture, and then they'll decide, okay. What do we need to put the most money? So that's, and we're doing the same thing this year. We have a new technology director, and he's already met with all the principals once already, but we're going to have another meeting, a follow-up meeting to kind of look at what we need, what our needs are for next year.
Okay. And so when you get the budget, then you submit with, like, I guess Ms. Hill or and whoever else is involved, and then they will purchase whatever is needed for the campus or update. Or
and that would be additional things. See, one good thing is that we do have a new person over technology, and they'll come in and they'll make this assessment for the entire district. Just like when I became the principal of Waco High School, and one of the first things I did was check our technology, and they've done the same thing. And what happens is he has a certain amount of money also budgeted as well, that where they can buy things for certain campuses, knowing that we're limited on the amount of funds that we have ourselves. So you kind of have two pots basically to.
I know, and so my plan that I'm doing, I'm kind of narrowing it down to like our campus, but at the same time I'm having to do district research, and so it makes it a little more overwhelming. But I'm trying to focus my end product on our campus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but I have to know the other parts of it to make the ours work here. Let's see, what else I was gonna say? thing
or we
I've
need
noticed, and I totally agree with you. The only thing I've noticed is like when they start wanting you to do things like they really want Google Classrooms, in there, and some teachers are really stepping up and trying to do it. Then you have the ones that are not even are scared to even touch, Google
Yeah.
Classrooms, and I wish there was more
More training.
on stuff that they really want us to use it. In my opinion, it's really helped my class out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would say that I wish we could get more. Yes, they're doing a lot. I just wish there was more time. We just don't have time all the time.
Well, that's something though, again, when we do our assessments at the end of the year, that's something that I need to be aware of so that I can let the new
Well,
technology
hopefully with
person
this
know.
technology plan, when I start putting the next phase of it, will be this next semester. Implementing certain things, and I'll be able to kind of see, and that's something I can go over with you. Just be for my opinion.
Okay.
Or what I feel based on what I've seen that in my technology plan that I'll be putting together, and that's something I would want to share with you, of course. And then I can also be doing professional developments here on my campus because I'm trying to focus just on my campus.
Yeah.
And I know it'd be a need across the board, of course, but this is I can only start small. I'm only one person.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to focus on just the campus wise, and so with this blended learning, that's why I'm going to get with Kling, so I could help with the professional development on that end, because Google Classrooms is one part of it, of the blended learning. And so maybe that's something I'll be able to do in the next semester is like
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
sitting with ISs, like bringing in certain programs and professional development during that time, and maybe show them an assignment with something in it. So that's kind of my goal. So
All right. Well, if it's your goal,
that is
me
my
knowing
goal.
you, I know it will happen.
My goal. Let me look over real quick. I think I'm just about done. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the questions that I really need to hit from your point of view as the principal. One question that doesn't really, I kind of dug up, but where do you see our school if we had the campus already built? Where do you see us technology-wise? I mean, do you?
We should have top of the line. I mean, you build a new school, whatever's out there that's the best. I think that's what the district needs to do.
I walked into had that CT. We had a professional development on Monday, and CT had to go to that Brazos, the brick. I've never been there.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I see.
Old general tire facility.
It was it doesn't look like an old tire company. It's gorgeous,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the way I envisioned. When you envision a technology classroom,
Yeah.
like that one room we were in, it was just impressive.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I guess that's about it. I guess if I have anything else, I'll kind of touch base with you. But that's what I wanted to run over with you. Basically, mainly the management and how I ran. I didn't understand how it was distributed, I guess. So that helped me out a lot.
Not a problem.
That's all I needed.
Always calling
I'm
you to
done.
help me. I'm glad I could help you.
Yep, no problem.
Alright.
And then I'm going to stop this. And then I have been working on your project.